Keep up to date with the latest news and information from Propertymark.
Welcome to Propertymark Pulse in association with Rightmove. So, loads to get through this week. We are officially 1 week into Phase 1 of the Renters' Rights Act. We'll also chat about a recent report saying that mortgage affordability is the most stretched since 2008. We also had Rachel Reeves initially hint at rent controls across England, and then Steve Reed saying, nope, I don't think so. Also, we're going to chat about embedded management companies, and we'll check in on all the very latest with regards to the base rate. So let's tuck into all this.
Propertymark.
So here we are, 7 days into what is one of the biggest evolutions in law to affect the rental sector in well over 30 years across England. Is everyone still with us? Firstly, a genuine well done, because not for a moment has this been a lightweight task for anyone to get up and running. It has taken months of preparation, new understanding, training and implementation, and that itself is a massive achievement. So what's changed? Well, we said goodbye to fixed term tenancies, we said goodbye to Section 21 across the private rented sector, and we said hello to yearly rent reviews, stronger protection against tenant discrimination, and many other aspects too. Now, we sit in the zone of ensuring that all named tenants receive the UK government issued information sheet before the end of this month, and rightly we also sit in a period where people might have the occasional question to be asked, just to ensure that everybody is doing things correctly. So we have you back on all this. Firstly, you can log into propertymark.co.uk. You'll find a whole load of helpful resources, aspects such as frequently asked questions, watch again webinars, and potential courses to consider too. Plus, our team are on hand to help via our membership helpline as well. We do get things can get really complicated, and we'll keep you equally supported as Phase 2 and Phase 3 come round.
We are Propertymark.
Next on the list, let's talk mortgage affordability. It's a conversation that has remained prominent, especially over the last few years. However, UK Finance have highlighted that affordability is the most stretched since 2008. As always, there's significant regional differences. An average borrower spends 21.3% of their gross income on repayments. People in North Norfolk and Hillingdon top the list, with borrowers spending being over 25% of their gross income. 7 of the 10 most affordable areas are in Scotland. London borrowers, which is not a surprise, have the highest average mortgage debt at £280,000. Mary Lou Press, NAEA president, was quick to pick up on this story, saying that higher interest rates and the challenge of saving for a deposit means that many people who could afford monthly payments are still locked out of buying. It's no longer just about income, it's about access to upfront funds, and it's becoming one of the biggest barriers. As always, let us know what you think. Simply drop me a line, studio@propertymark.co.uk.
We are Propertymark.
Just over a week ago, we witnessed Rachel Reeves hitting the headlines stating she was considering the potential concept of rent freezes across England, a prospect that instantly had many professionals talking, especially with evidence from Scotland showing rent controls restrict supply, deter investment, and ultimately reduce choice for tenants. However, it didn't take Steve Reed, Secretary of State for Housing, very long to clarify his view on such a position. Here he is speaking on Sky News, and here's his viewpoint.
I've ruled it out in Parliament just a couple of weeks ago, and the reason we're doing that is the Scottish government tried it, the SNP and the Greens, when they were in coalition together, and it ended up with one of the biggest increases in rent people have ever seen, and a reduction in the number of homes that were available to rent. Now, we need to be helping people in the cost of living crisis. I can see why it sounds like it would be a good thing, but practice in Scotland, in other countries, shows that if you bring in rent controls, rents go up.
As always, it's about the conversation, and rent controls remains a serious talking point. We'll keep you updated as things move forward.
Propertymark.
Next on our fortnightly journey around the property sector, let's talk embedded management companies. So first up, what is an embedded management company? Well, embedded management companies can be commonplace, especially in new build developments. Their overall purpose is to manage communal areas, green space, and aspects such as unadopted roads. Okay, so how does that differ from a resident managed company? Well, embedded management companies are typically written into property deeds, and usually occupants only have limited control regarding fundamental decisions, procurement, financial management, and ongoing delivery of services, and that's where it can get quite complicated. Currently, within the draft Commonhold and Leasehold Reform Bill, which is relevant to those living in England and Wales, there is no current set expectations, definitions, or limitations regarding how embedded management companies are permitted to operate. We'd be really interested in your views on the future direction here. Fly me an email to studio@propertymark.co.uk.
We are Propertymark.
So, this week we saw the Monetary Policy Committee meet to make their decision regarding how the base rate should sit for the forthcoming weeks. It turned out to be an 8-1 decision to hold, with only one person voting for a potential increase. Now, unless aspects get very complicated, could this decision tell us anything for the coming months? Well, yes and no. It's certainly been a unanimous decision to hold. However, as we all know, the world can be unpredictable, and this can affect the economy sometimes in the blink of an eye. So it is going to be a case of all eyes on the Bank of England, because if we do see any decision to raise the base rate over the coming months, it's going to quickly affect people on tracker mortgages and those in a position of taking out new mortgage deals. We'll keep you fully updated over the coming months.
We are Propertymark.
As always, thank you for listening to Propertymark Pulse in association with Rightmove. We're back in 2 weeks' time. It's good to have you involved. Simply drop me a line at studio@propertymark.co.uk. Have a great week, and I'll catch you on the 22nd of May.